we say that is the coolest thing I've ever seen. We say that all the time about a bunch of things, but I mean the very definition of those words. When I talk about the experience of watching the Extreme Train Surfer video, this is one of the very coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And I think one of the things that makes this whole video special is that you really experience it, you know, and you have such a connection with this guy, his story of doing this to experience life, you know, in its fullest. You know, when he got the death sentence that's waiting for all of us, we just don't know it, he decided to really grab life in a mind-blowing way. I love so many things about this video. I love him just standing on the side of the track, looking at the train, sizing up his target, his quarry, his prize, this greatest achievement of train surfing. And then just seeing him gracefully jump up on the front of the train. But being an American, when I first watched it, I was expecting him to like climb up on the top. I thought he can't just sit there on the windscreen of the train because whoever's driving the train is going to tell him to get off. And he's doing all this stuff, you know, to attach himself to the train. And then I see the train start to pull away, and you realize that he knew exactly what he was doing. And he just gives that great thumbs up sign and that great fist in the air to say, yeah, man, here I go. And then off he goes, man. I love the bandana. You know, these guys are such outlaws, and he's just the greatest. And then there he is on the back of the train, and you just feel that part of it. You just almost feel like you're there. And then it breaks, and it goes to the part where he's standing up on the back of the train, 200 miles an hour, I guess, and just living life. And I guess that's the whole point of the video, is he is just going to get everything out of the experience of being a human being that he can. And he wasn't afraid to do it because, you know, he was already closer to that place that where we really can become free, like the video says. And he was just really living life in such an admirable way. This is just such a statement of kind of the value of a life, or what you can do with a life, and not to be afraid to try things in life. It's just such an encouraging and inspiring thing that he did. And then my favorite part of this film by far is when he jumps off of the train, and you just kind of get the sense of, through the camera's view, of him landing on the debarkation area, and then you see his shadow as he's just gotten off the train, just as the door is opening, and you see somebody start to come out of the door, and they're just getting off the train. So they're both getting off the train, but just having had radically different experiences. And I mean, there it is, kind of right there. It's like we can all just be passengers in the train, or we can just try and find those ways in our life, man, when we can be passengers on the train. But just the imagery of that cool, lanky figure, the long shadow, getting off the train, and then at the same time the regular person is getting off the train. I just love that. You know, they're both getting off the train, but there's a profound difference in their experience. So, and then the end, you know, thanks for the Bob Dylan song, 1 year after the rides. And I like that. You know, it's like these were the rides, man. He did die of leukemia. So, yeah, rest in peace, TrainRider, and thank you so much for living a life that inspires us all. This has got 1.5 million views. It's been favorited 3,676 times, and I'm one of them, man. Very beautiful.